Okay guys, we are in the 2017 Tesla Model X 90D. If you guys watched the exterior tour and review and interior, definitely go check that out. But let me just give you a quick look on the exterior once again. Make sure the lights are on, just those look really cool. Oh my gosh. Parking lights on. I'm gonna show you that really quickly. Automatic doors, love that on the Model X. Now this is, like I said, this is a 2017 Model X. Oh, they turned off. 90D. This is an earlier Model X. So it has a 90 kilowatt hour battery pack. I think usable was around 85. I'm sure with battery degradation, this has kind of decreased a bit. Like right now we have like 45% battery charge and it's showing like very low miles of range, which we'll look at in a second. I think it looks pretty cool still. And the shape hasn't changed, the general structure hasn't changed, but of course now we have a newer suspension systems, newer interior, updated interior options, we have newer wheels, we have newer powertrains on the Model X that you can buy now, and a different look a little bit. But it is crazy how even still these earlier Model X's still look nuts. And of course we have the iconic Falcon wing doors, so you really can't go wrong with a Model X if you want something that's gonna be flashy and show off. It's just such a cool vehicle, and this thing's been documented all over the place constantly. Love the Model X logo right there. There's the little Model X, the Falcon wing doors open on the button to close it too. It's super cool. I love it with the spoiler out back as well, looks great. Power trunk, power doors, awesome. So let's go hop in and take it for a drive. This one's on winter tires, by the way. So if that hampers any sort of driving experience, I can't really compare because I don't have a regular one. But it is winter, so you should be having winter tires, even though it has not snowed at all here in New York. Inside, love getting inside. All you have to do is put your foot on the brake. Oh, I love that. It's such a cool feature. A lot of new high-end luxury cars are doing that these days, such as the BMW 7 Series and the S-Class and the Genesis G90, but Tesla and Rolls-Royce did it first. Well, Rolls-Royce really did it first a long time ago, but now the Model X kind of made it a little bit more normal. So yeah, what are we pushing? We have like 417-ish horsepower as new from 2 electric motors, one mounted up front, one mounted out back, and all-wheel drive, obviously. This one has air suspension, so we can go into the controls, go to vehicle controls, and suspensions right there. You can change the ride height, put it back into low. It was very low before. I feel it raising up a little bit for charging information right there. Vehicle information, and you have your quick controls up there for some stuff. Really cool. Yeah, so you can spend hours in these menus, but I like to have it in standard for acceleration. Obviously, if you go for a plaid, or at the previous time it was the performance models, you can go for more aggressive acceleration functions. You do have 3 steering settings, which are actually very different. 2 regenerative braking, you have creep mode, range mode, all these different modes on here that you can activate your Model X in. You also have your energy monitor. I love pulling up because it looks pretty cool. If it shows up, here it is, energy monitor. So we see 58 projected miles of range right now, so obviously that's not ideal, but it is also not fully charged, and it is an older Model X, so I'm not going to hamper that right there. So let's head off, and this has the older Mercedes style switchgear, so we can just pop this down into drive, and we are off to go. Now, I will credit the Model X for being very quiet, and on top of being very quiet, it has incredible visibility with this absolutely massive windscreen up there. And I'm going this way specifically because there's a Lucid Air right there. So the newer generation of electric vehicles on the road, Lucid Air, and there is a Taycan over there as well. So as you can see, since Teslas have come out, there is a lot new electric vehicles you can purchase. So you have a lot of options. Taycan over there, pretty cool. And for something that's been out since 2017, it's still pretty quick. Now, obviously, it's not the quickest Model X on the market at all these days. But back then, this is pretty decent. There's one, I can see one down there, actually. It pulls pretty good, especially for what essentially is a bloated, bubble-like minivan at the end of the day. But I've always liked the Model X for its look, and obviously the crazy-looking Falcon wing doors. Quality on the interior is hit or miss, honestly. These 2 opening things right down here just feel awful. I won't lie. This feels terrible, and this scares me because I feel like it's going to stay stuck open, so I'm going to touch that. other than that, I mean, like, the white seats have actually held up very, very well. The microsuede headliner is actually holding up very well. The only part where it's a little bit matted is right here, but that happens on any vehicle if you have this material. I'm assuming someone was touching the screen like this and had their hand held there a long time. That can happen, but I think that can be cleaned a little bit. You have this kind of gloss black wood inlays. It's a little bit scratched on the back there, but over here it seems pretty nice. Over here it's actually really badly scratched. That's like a disaster right there. Steering wheel, leather wrapped, holding up pretty well. Everything's heated, no ventilated seats in here. Hear that silent motor whir from the dual motors. And now, a lot of new EVs have these kind of pumped in fake engine or fake auditory noises that are going on to kind of like give you the sensation of like a real driving experience. I honestly don't like them too much. I think it's better to just have like the natural motor sound, because I think electric motors can sound pretty cool. They kind of sound like a jet fighter or some kind of spaceship thing taking off. I think they sound cool. I mean, this one's decent. It's very comfortable. The air suspension's quite nice. I haven't heard any rattles on the interior, especially for an older 2017 model. That's kind of pretty nice. Visibility, like I said earlier, is just nuts. You have so much glass in here. It just feels like you're in like another dimension. It's really, really nice. I do appreciate that a lot. And come to a stop, you can see some regen going. Now, the one thing that I've always complained about with Teslas is that I wish there was more adjustment in the regenerative braking settings. You really only have two kind of adjustments for the regen braking. You have on or kind of like in a low mode. I wish it was always, you had a little bit more adjustment. Some vehicles have like these paddle shifters, which you can kind of put in multiple different levels of setting, but I don't know, it's a weird gripe of mine that I kind of wish Teslas had. Nonetheless, it works fine, and you can operate it in a creep mode where it kind of like creeps forward like a natural gas car would. It is generally pretty quiet in here. I think with all the glass, even though it's like kind of covered and everything and insulated, there's still a little bit of extra noise. And I can tell you, these winter tires do bring in some more road noise into the cabin, I think, than I think a regular lower profile tire would in the Model X. Nonetheless, it is still pretty of a comfortable experience. Now, you do have the older autopilot hardware in here that I'm not even going to attempt to turn on right now. I'm more familiar with the newer stock, even though it is just this little stock right down here to the left. And we're also not on a highway, so there's really no point in turning on. It doesn't have any full self-driving built into that either. But I do love with Teslas that you are still able to get software updates on older vehicles to kind of like make them fresh and new, which is fantastic. It does still have supercharging capability, so you can go to any of the Tesla superchargers and fill up there, which is also really nice. So yeah, buying a Tesla, you still have some benefits other than some minor little quality kinks that I think they're still working out. Jesus, and that acceleration when you need it is nuts. So yeah, guys, I just want to take you on this quick little drive of this Model X from 2017. It is crazy that this car has been on sale for this long. And who knows what Tesla will be doing next. We have some new stuff coming, depending on when this video comes out, new stuff coming from Tesla really soon. The Cybertruck coming up in 2023. We have the semis out, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Tesla Model X. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I know EVs are still a controversial space in the automotive world right now, but you cannot look over the fact that this car and all the earlier Teslas have kind of transformed the entire industry and had a momentous impact on, I guess, this push for electrification. And this early one still is pretty solid. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me on this quick drive of the 2017 Tesla Model X 90D. And I will see you soon in a new video coming soon. Cheers.